Hey everybody, Weston here with the Hidden Gibbon, back with another deck tech video. And today, I was going through a whole bunch of my bulk legends. I kind of keep a whole bunch of them together in piles. And I happened to be going through some Lost Caverns of Ixalan stuff, and I found this card, Akal. Akal Pakal, first among equals, and I decided, you know what, we're going to make a commander deck out of him. So that's who today's commander is. Akal Pakal, first among equals. So, without further ado, let's get straight into it. So, at the beginning of each player's end step, if an artifact entered the battlefield under your control this turn, look at the top two cards of your library. Put one of them in your hand and the other into your graveyard. So, he is going to reward you for playing a bunch of cheap artifacts. Kind of like it's a surveil-ish effect, right? Ish. One's going to your hand, you're not keeping them on top. So we're going to be doing lots of stuff with artifacts, and he's not overly powerful himself. I would categorize him as a utility commander, right? Where they're not the star of the show, they are just a value engine in the show. So we have one Planeswalker, we have Karn Living Legacy. He puts some Power Stones into play. You can pay any amount of mana and look at that many cards from the top of your library. Put one of those cards in your hand, the rest on the bottom of your library. And -7, you get an emblem with tap, an untapped artifact you control. This emblem deals 1 damage to any target. It's really important for you new folks out there. Emblems cannot be interacted with in any way, shape, or form. So if you do manage to ult him, there's nothing really your opponents can do outside of destroying all of your artifacts completely that will prevent you from being able to do damage. Alright, for creatures, pretty standard package for artifact deck. We got Ethereum Sculptor, Foundry Inspector, and Jorah's Familiar to lower our artifact costs. We have Lady Octopus from the Spider-Man set. I know I'm going to get some hate for including a Spider-Man card, but you know what? It's a good card. Whenever you draw your first or second card each turn, put an Ingenuity counter on Lady Octopus, and then you can tap, and you may cast an artifact spell from your hand with mana value less than or equal to the number of Ingenuity counters on Lady Octopus without paying its mana cost. She's pretty good. We have Myr Battlesphere. We have Padim. Artifacts you control have hexproof, and at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control the artifact with the highest mana value or tied, you draw a card. We have a couple dorks in here in Palladium Myr and Silver Myr. We have Pentavus in here. He lets you put 1/1 counters on things, and then you can sacrifice a Pentavite to put a 1/1 counter back on him. And he enters with 5. If you have Roaming Throne in, it's a construct. If you choose construct, I'm not saying you have to, but if you do, it's a suboptimal option here. He enters with double. Phyrexian Metamorph. Renari, Merchant of Marvels. Why did I put him in here? Oh, yeah, because of artifacts. Wow, I'm dumb. Sorry, that was like a I smelt toast moment. You may cast dragon spells and artifact spells as though they had flash. So your artifact spells, same with Shimmermer, you can cast artifact spells as though they had flash. Roaming Throne's in here. Size, so whenever you cast an artifact spell, you get a 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature token. Solemn Simulacrum, we have the Sad Robot. We have Thought Monitor in here, so that way you can draw 2 cards. It does have affinity, so it's not going to cost the full 7. Walking Ballista is also a construct. And then we have Yue. Yue is from the new Avatar set. She has Waterbend 5, so you can essentially convoke/improvise to cast a non-creature spell from your hand without paying its mana cost. And then we have Urza, who definitely totally isn't a game changer anymore, and definitely totally shouldn't be a game changer. He should still be a game changer. Then we have 5 sorceries in Fabricate. Help you get your artifact out of your deck. We have Merchant Scroll, search your library for a blue instant card, reveal it. March of Progress, Mind's Desire, and Rise and Shine. So if we play a whole bunch of stuff in one turn, you can Mind's Desire, play more. Instants. We have Dramatic Reversal, untap all your stuff, consult the star charts. Aetherize, return all attacking creatures to their owner's hands. Whir of Invention, unsummon, and Pongify. For artifacts, this is where we're really gonna shine, friends. We have Blinkmoth Urn, which I think is an underrated card. I know that it's value to everybody, but I really like this card, and I play this one in my Ulalek deck because I just very much enjoy its effect, which is at the beginning of each player's pre-combat main phase. If Blinkmoth Urn is untapped, that player adds a colorless mana for each artifact they control. Then we have Chimmel, the Inner Sun, so we can discover how many things are in our deck. Clock of Omens, tap 2 untapped artifacts you control, untap target artifact. We have Crawl Space, so no more than 2 creatures can attack you each combat. Ensnaring Bridge, so creatures with power greater than the number of cards in your hand can't attack. So dump your hand of artifacts, make your little Thopters, and then you can swing in with those while other people just sit there and stare. Helm of Awakening makes your stuff cost 1 less. Mana Vault's in here. Mishra's Bauble, Mithril Coat. Moonsnare Prototype, which is tap an untapped artifact or creature you control, add a colorless, or you can channel it, discard it. The owner of target non-land permanent puts it on the top and bottom of their library. Mox Amber's in here for the legends. Mycosynth Lattice makes everything into artifacts. Mystic Forge, which combos with Sensei's Divining Top and Helm of Awakening. Nuisance Engine makes 0/1 pest artifact creature tokens. I also love running this card. It's a fun card, friends. Sculpting Steel to copy an artifact. Soul Ring, the One Ring. Transmutation Font, create your choice of a blood token, clue token, or food token. Sacrifice 3 artifact creature token, sacrifice 3 artifact tokens with the same names. Search your library for an artifact card and put it onto the battlefield. So you can also do this with your Thopters that you make with Sai. Unwinding Clock, Vildalkin Orrery, Voltaic Key, Warden Power Stone. In our enchantments, we have Clan Crafter, which is commander creatures you own have. Pay 2, sacrifice an artifact, put a 1/1 counter on this creature, and draw a card. Efficient Construction, whenever you cast an artifact spell, you make a Thopter, kind of like Sai. Leyline of Anticipation, Mirror Maid, Omniscience, and one with the Multiverse, with multiple ways to be able to cheat these into play and or play them for super cheap. Opposition in here, so you can tap an untapped creature you control, tap target artifact, creature, or land. Opposition is a great card. Play it more frequently in your blue token generation decks. Unstoppable Plan, at the beginning of your end step, untap all non-land permanents you control. And then for our lands, we have Academy Ruins, obviously, so we can bring our stuff back. Ancient Tomb, Dark Steel, Citadel, Emergent Zone, Odawara, Mystic, Mirix. We are getting greedy and running the Urza's lands in here. We got Urza's Mine, Power Plant, and Tower, and then as well as Urza's Workshop. We do also have Uthros in here, because why not? And we have Vesuva, so you can copy your Urza's Tower or your Uthros. Because remember, and I will keep preaching this from the mountaintops, planets somehow are not legendary. You can copy them, friends. So you could have yourself 2 Tolarian Academies we have at home. But let me know what you think of the deck. I think it's, pretty silly. I think it could be pretty fun. I didn't super power it up. There are ways to make this go absolutely bonkers with Akal Pakal as your like little generation support commander. He's not going to draw a lot of heat like some other artifact commanders like Urza out there. But as always, I'm Westwind the Hidden Gibbon. You know what? It's Thanksgiving today when this goes up, so have a wonderful Thanksgiving. For those of you who have good times during the holidays, spend it with your family, have fun. For those of you who struggle in the holidays, I wish you peace and serenity on your holidays. And if the holidays got you down, if my video can help you out in any way, shape, or form, I'm happy. Put in the comment down below how Thanksgiving's going for you. But as always, I'm Weston with the Hidden Gibbon, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.